All right, hello. This one might be a little bit long-winded because I originally had the idea of, well, talking without a script, one. So my mind is all over the place. But I had the idea of talking about the necessity of rest, of genuine rest, and what that looks like for me, and some things that maybe you can pick up. And by you, I was in the mind that I was talking to a future version of me. And I was feeling a little bit disappointed in myself because I haven't been uploading every day. But my process is very different. And I don't think it's about a lack of discipline. Like, I write, I engage with critical ideas. I do all of this like intellectual stimulation every day, and so it is not bizarre that my brain is fatigued, that my body is fatigued, that my spirit is fatigued. There's so much that has been going on just in my personal life with friendships, and so much that has weighed down on my spirit that I've needed like back to the basics, like drinking my water, eating my meals, getting my 8 hours of sleep. And that is totally normal. That is necessary, really, in order to be able to really engage with your work in a way that feels meaningful. You know, there's this trope of the starved artist or like the dying artist, and I think a lot of powerful things can come out of misery and these harder life transitions. But I don't think that they should be the standard, or I don't think that should be normalized. So I don't know where I was going with that, but that's one thought. And then just like, again, focusing on the importance of rest. Like, please, you need your rest. Oh yeah, okay. And I was originally saying that I was imagining that I'm, sharing these pieces of information or this like snapshot of my existence to my future self if I ever choose to watch, these videos back. Because I have so many videos in my own like Snapchat memories that it's just basically another camera roll. I don't use it really to talk with my friends or things like that. It's just like all the memories that I have on there. I don't want to lose them. And I think that sometimes going back in time and seeing how I reacted to a certain situation helps me, gain a little bit more data as to what my patterns are and what I need to change. But anyway, so that's the idea that I have in my mind, right? This is kind of for posterity. This is a future version of me. No one else is gonna see this. If someone does, like, great. But originally, this was a project for me. And I log into my channel today and I see that there are 10 subscribers. And my videos have quite a few views. And I'm shocked. I feel super, super grateful. And so now I'm going to be transitioning into talking about the number 10 and how I feel like that has really been showing up, or has definitely influenced my life at this stage that I'm at. I feel like I experience life in sets of 10 as of right now, in weeks of 10. That's how my school's system works. So every quarter is 10 weeks, and it's great because it gives you a countdown. It gives you, very solid understanding of where you're at, right? I'm in week 5, I'm in week 6, I'm, taking my midterm week 8. But that countdown, as much as it's exciting or, something to look forward to, it is also very anxiety inducing because it feels like I'm running out of time. You know, I have all of these things that I need to get done before week 10. And it's week 6 right now, and I have a presentation week 8. I only have 2 weeks, and after that I have another presentation, and I gotta get all of these things done within this timeline. But that's not how the world works at all, you know. After these 10 weeks, life keeps going on. It's not like whatever I do in these 10 weeks, it's not like I have to get everything done within these 10 weeks, if that makes sense. Last night I just had a spur of creativity and was writing down so many ideas that I have for things that I want to write. And I have this expectation that I have to get those things done within my 10 weeks here. That for some reason, if I don't act on those visions immediately within this time frame, they will never come to fruition. But that's not true. You know, the things that I learn within these 10 weeks, they don't just exist within this time period. They are going to come up again and again in different ways in my interactions with people, in my other readings, in my music, in the books that I read. You know, it's not just dependent or not just limited to a span of 10 weeks. And that's something that I have to remember. And I also have to remind myself that this timeline, these set boundaries of time are just that. They're false. They're limiting. They're limiting. And that can be good and bad, you know. Duality, I think limitations do sometimes help perpetuate or foster liberty and freedom. And on the flip side, they can feel like a burden, or they can limit our imagination to what is possible. And so I've had a really hard time with that. And I've realized that I just need more time. And the way that the culture at school is centered is not even just at school, but under a capitalist system. It's like, well, you shouldn't need more time. You should be able to get your work done from this time to this time, right? There's something wrong with you if you can't get your work done within this time frame. And that's really hurtful. It deteriorates your self-esteem. At least for me it does. And it has made me feel very incompetent. And so I just want you to, my 10 subscribers, oh my God. Okay, I haven't even gotten to my gratitude portion, but I guess we're getting there now. Yeah, like your timeline is your timeline. And it feels so much easier said than done. And like, believe me, we will get into the nitty-gritty at some point. Like, we just need more time together. Like, that is literally how knowledge is fostered, how culture is fostered, how relationships are fostered, is just through time, through evolution. And you can't expect a full, like, an instantaneous growth within 10 weeks. Because growth doesn't stop. And so I've been toying with the idea of taking an extra year for school. And that's something that I guess I'll keep y'all updated on. Because I know that I'm capable. That's not the question here. It's just a matter of more time. A matter of another couple of sets of 10 weeks. And yeah, when I saw that I had 10 subscribers, I was like, wow, like the number 10 is really prominent, I guess, in my life. And I think this circles back to this idea of rest, because I realize how important it is. I keep rediscovering the importance of rest every once in a while, because it's not something that I grew up with. I don't think a lot of us grew up with the importance of rest really solidified into our minds. And if you did, I think that is beautiful, and it's really a privilege, and I think you should attempt to share that with other people, in the best way that you can, because we all are deserving of rest. We all need rest, and there are different forms of rest. But yeah, I had originally kind of been disappointed in myself because I took a break from uploading videos, right? And I said I was going to be consistent, and I said it was going to be an everyday thing. And I had put these really high expectations on myself, and through rest, I can get away from this fear of failure and instead approach things through a lens of passion for what I do, a lens of curiosity. And seeing that I have 10 subscribers, I'm like literally so in shock, so grateful. If you're a bot, I don't care. Like, if you only watch one video and then you subscribed and you don't watch the rest, I don't care. Like obviously I care. But it really is a big deal to me. And I do hope that you stick around, and that you engage with the ideas that I present. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about life, and if anything resonates with you. But yeah, also this is all like no script or anything. I think at some point I do want to take my like philosophical endeavors a little bit more seriously and have some more structured videos, but for right now this is the project. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for 10 subscribers. Like, that means a lot. Like, that is 10 people that I'm in connection with. Maybe not, physically, not directly, but through the intangible web, we are connected in that way, and that's really all I strive for. And yeah, it's just crazy because I took a break, and I'm like saying this like it's such a big deal, right? But it is a big deal to my life, and I took a break, and I come back, and I am met with, I'd say, support or recognition. I'm met with acceptance, or I'm met with a strong foundation. I don't really know how to phrase it, but I'm met with more, I guess, more to work with. And I say that not in a productive way or like a, production way of, I met with more, so now I can produce more, but I met with more, and so that will help sustain my spirit. That will help me feel more motivated to keep creating, to keep loving, to keep interacting with others. And so for that, I'm really, really grateful. And yeah, I'm sure that there are a lot of things that I wish I had said, but again, this is not scripted. And if it didn't get said today, it will get said at some point. But those were the thoughts at the top of my mind for right now. And yeah, thank you. Much love. And and I'll see you in the next one, which hopefully is soon. You know, I'm gonna try to be as consistent as I can, but I also don't want my creative endeavors to become a rigid thing. You know, creativity takes time, and it takes a lot of energy as well. Not just creativity, but just living in general. So take it easy, give yourself a break, drink water, make sure you get some good sleep, and make sure you're eating some good food, things that make you happy. Take care of your body, you know. If you don't like going to the gym, don't go to the gym. Do something that you like. I don't like going to the gym. I love dancing. I love walking. I love running. You know, I'm not always the most disciplined, and that's something that I want to work on, and it's kind of a balance that I'm trying to juggle. But yeah, do what you need to take care of yourself, and whatever rest means for you, indulge in it without guilt. Yeah, because I think sometimes the guilt eats away or almost negates the effects of our rest. You know, if we feel guilty for resting while the rest is not rejuvenating. So yeah, I feel like that's really the main point I'm trying to drive home. And again, thank you for 10 subscribers. Wow, I'm just in shock. But yeah, love y'all so much. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you're at. See ya.